So on Monday, October 10, 2022, the head pastor and founder of the Heavenway Champion International Church, widely referred to as Agradaa, was brought before an Accra Circuit Court for allegations of money doubling scam, which was explained by the Ghana Police Service. Now, when she was brought, there were 7 counts that were slapped her, and this included charlatanic advertisement and also the 6 others hinging solely on defrauding by false pretense. Now, at the end of proceedings, she was denied bail, and so she was remanded into police custody at the Greater Accra Police Command, and she was subsequently expected to reappear in court on Thursday, that is the 13th of October 2022. Now, today's Thursday. She has already made her way here, and she's currently in, so we will be monitoring proceedings and bringing to you up to speed what transpired in the courtroom and what her fate will be like.
Daniel Nyamie, we Abraham Nyamino, Joshua Nyamie, Gideon Nyamie, what are we Abraham Nyamino? And you want to we Israel for if he was
so it's been an hour of proceedings already, and this is a case that we have been following for you. As you can see, she is in shot now, and she is singing her way out. We'll just take a listen to some of the sounds here. Well, so some of her church members are currently very close to the vehicle that is conveying Agradaa away, and you can see they seem very excited and in high spirits. Agradaa is in the vehicle, but I can spot her in high spirits, singing and chanting with her church members, and so we would be following up on this. But then you can see her being whisked away by the Ghana Police Service, and that is the situation here. They are still chanting, they are still singing, and their call is that well, so you can just see that Agradaa has been whisked away by the Ghana Police Service, and for them, and that is the church members, they say that God is going to speak, and so that's the literal meaning of what they have been saying. They are not ready. Well, so Agradaa has been whisked away now. We'll just speak to some of the people here who are church members. For a lot of them, they seem very happy about the situation here. They say that God is going to speak, and so we'll just speak to some of the people here. Spoke to you on the Monday. You are a victim of the situation. Yes, what do you even make of the proceedings that we saw today? She's been remanded again.
Yes, please, and I'm happy about how court is doing everything. The only thing I'm praying for is court not going to release this woman or giving her a bail on Monday, because if this woman is released, I don't know what is going to happen to others in Ghana over here, because she's doing a lot that is really, really bad. He has been scamming people over and over again. I'm even surprised that people are found over here praising her. The church members are found over here praising her, because this set of human being inside here in Ghana here trying to cooperate people's mind and take people's money, and we are here looking at her. I think judge must sentence her in life in prison.
Now, we've seen a lot of her church members who were excited, who were actually encouraging her. What's your take on it? Because you went to that church.
Oh, they are all thieves. This is how they react. At the church premises, this is how they were reacting. I saw a lady who was even a victim of how Agradaa is doing all his criminals and stuff. From the day Agradaa started the fetish priest acting, and later on invest himself into the the pastoral things and stuff.
Well, someone would say that she still deserves a bill, no matter what the situation is. She deserves a bill.
She doesn't, because we don't know what will happen to others. We are not. Is it not all Ghanaians that were at the church over there? So we don't know what exactly that is going to happen to others. So she does not deserve a bill.
So you're still watching the Citi Newsroom on Citi TV. Now, the ruling is that Nana Agradaa has been denied bail for the second time. But what really transpired in court today? Let's speak to Hansen Ajiman, who was in court and was monitoring proceedings. Hansen, thank you for your time. You were in court. You sat through proceedings. Tell us, first of all, what was the case like when you sat through?
The argument of lawyers for evangelist Patricia Odoru was that she's entitled to bail as of the provisions of the constitutions and the laws of Ghana, and they refer to the celebrated Martin Pebu versus Attorney General case that said all offences are bailable. They went further to argue that she meets the criteria of instances where the court is allowed to grant bail to a suspect, and the argument is that instances where the court is allowed to grant bail to an accused is when that person has shown willingness to appear before the court even when he or she is granted bail. And the argument is that when the police put out the release of looking for Nana Agradaa to arrest, she willingly went to the police or reported herself to the police. The other point they raised was that she actually has children and that her children need her guidance, so her continuous stay in police custody is a detriment to the welfare of the children, and for that reason she should be granted bail. The lawyers also argue that if you look at Nana Agradaa, she's someone who is willing to meet any level of bail conditions that are set by the court, and in the words of her lawyer, even if the judge set for her to bring in 10 sureties, she's willing and she has those sureties on standby to bring. So the other argument is that even if the judge is convinced that she may not come to court after she is granted bail, the court should take notice of the fact that the laws of Ghana make provisions for trial or prosecutions to continue with or without the presence of the accused person. And he says the court has a number of options, and one is to issue a bench warrant, and two is to conduct the case without her presence.
So I'm sure that the prosecution had opposing views. What did the prosecution also say?
So prosecution vehemently opposed the bail application on the point that she may interfere with the investigations and collection of evidence. So prosecution argued that they've contacted Today TV, where she is known to carry out her activities or broadcast her activities, and management of the said TV station has argued that, or indicated to them that they take instructions from evangelist Patricia Odoru, and on that basis the prosecution is arguing that she may interfere with investigations when she is granted bail.
After all these engagements, what really was their ruling?
So the court remanded her into police custody to reappear on October 17, which is Monday, on the basis that on a public interest analysis, the complainants in the case are vulnerable, and if she is granted bail, she may pay them off to forfeit this case.
We do know that she wasn't the only one in court. Also, Oliver Bakavomawa was also in court, and we understand his case has also been adjourned. What do we know?
So lawyers of Oliver Bakavomawa had applied to the High Court to strike out the bill of indictment, and we know the treason felony being faced by Oliver Bakavomawa has two trial processes. First is at the district court to secure a bill of indictment, which happened at the Ashaiman District Court, and then the trial itself at the High Court. What they applied for is to strike out that bill of indictment. So today was supposed to be the day for the argument to strike out the bill of indictment. However, the state prosecutors argued that they only have seen the application this morning and are not so well prepared to argue it out. As a result, the court adjourned the case to October 21.
Now, another important case that was also heard in court today was the case of the former PPA boss. We understand that his trial has also been ordered. What do we know?
Yes, so a date for his trial has been set, and this is November 29. What this means is that the case has gone beyond the case management conference, and all relevant parties, prosecution and the accused, are at the same level on what facts to be disputed, on what facts they've agreed upon, on documents to be presented by prosecution, on the witnesses and the witness statements to be relied upon by the special prosecutor. So what this means is that on November 29, when the case is recalled, we should expect the case to proceed into full-fledged trial, where sooner than later we should see witnesses being called, being cross-examined, the state putting out its case. After that, the defense, if so wants, would then put out their counter case, and then the court will now give a judgment on the case.
Hansen Agyemang was a man in court, and he has been monitoring all the court cases that we've been outlining to you. And so the big one is that Agradaa is expected in court on Monday, that's the 17th of October, where we do know that she's been denied bail for the second time. And so we'll be waiting to see what will happen in court on Monday.